Did Satan seduce Adam in some sort of three-way?
Yes. And I don't know if it was a three-way.
Hold on.
Because I believe that she committed an act with Satan and then he did the same. Because it said that she ate of the fruit and then he ate of the fruit.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, Lucifer is not male or female. He's a hermaphrodite. He's a shapeshifter. He can transform himself even to an angel of light. So.
Wow.
And we don't
well,
know if that's gender or not.
Well, that runs right into our shape-shifting next question. Is Satan himself a shape-shifting reptilian?
Yes, he was a reptilian now. When he was first kicked out of heaven on the second day, it wasn't so. But when he seduced Eve in paradise, not the Garden of Eden, because those are two different places. When he seduced Eve in paradise, they were banished from the upper heavens and placed here.
Zen, I got to tell you, I got to break in here. I got to tell you, man. I don't know if I'm blushing here, but that last question about a three-way. When you're thinking, Adam and Eve, and then of course if you went to a classical church, you're thinking, oh, there's a red apple there. Of course, that's ridiculous, right? But you got kind of that picture, and there's this beautiful garden, and somebody's got to mark with a three-way. That don't, that's disturbing. Okay, that's a little bit disturbing because. Now we got a couple naked people. I mean, this is art, people. Okay, this isn't porn here. I got Adam and Eve here, basically. Now it shows an apple in her hand. We know it wasn't an apple. It didn't ever say. Somebody just drew that in their butt. They were naked, but because they didn't know they were. But I'm just saying, are you saying that? I don't even want to see that. I don't even know what the picture would be. I want to draw it here. But anyway, you're saying that the Satan is a shape shifting devil. Can we transpose the name Satan and Lucifer? Are they the same?
Because once he had seduced Adam and Eve, and he was also kicked out of the lower heavens to the earth. Then he became Satan the adversary when he was banished from the upper heavens.
Well, I'm still disturbed here. I gotta go. Okay, now here's a question: What are the reptilians? Is there more than one? Is he the king? Is he the Colonel Klink of reptilians? Is Lucifer is he the man?
Yes, he's the king of them, and I believe that because if you study back, not scripture here, but mythology, you always get the image of a feathered serpent. So I think that as reptilians too, they have wings and the ability to fly. Because also, if you study in the book of giants from the Dead Sea Scrolls, there's an image there of one of the giants, and he has the ability to fly, but he's also, like reptilian form.
I can't believe it, but somebody actually wrote in, does Satan have a Facebook?
Probably so.
I imagine he would be under. Do you think that there's going to be a literal, as in the biblical text says, there's going to be like two witnesses that are dead and come back to life in the middle of the streets?
Yes.
What can, and this may be a door opener for a very long answer, but let's go with a short answer. You obviously believe that the biblical text is correct?
Well, then again, it takes discernment. Yes. You have to be careful because there are different translations, and wherever you can, you should go back to the oldest scriptures and compare them with what is available as the modern translations, and then make your discernment after that.
Okay, so now I've heard that before, and my comeback question to that is, if you have to glean from various versions, hopefully nobody in the audience is going in the Living Translation. Okay, that's about stupid, but or stupid. But years ago, say the early Americans, the Pilgrims, they only had one book. For hundreds of years, there was basically one Bible. I mean, with slight variations here or there. Are you saying that they could not know the truth then because they didn't have the multiplicity of translations that is available today at your local Christian bookstore, open 8 to 5?
No. The Lord can lead anybody to truth at any period. and it doesn't matter if the Lord wants you to know. He'll let you know, and He can do that for anybody, anywhere.
Alrighty, now we've got numbers of questions coming in. It says here, it says, and Cain knew his wife. Was he referring to Abel's wife? Is this why he killed Abel?
Well, there's two different versions of this. In the King James Version of the Bible, of course, there's no women cited. So, but there were some women somewhere because we survived. But there's the first book of Adam and Eve, the Forbidden Books of Eden, and they talk about both of them being born with identical twin sisters, and that they weren't fraternal twins themselves, but that they had twins individually. And Cain was older, but he lusted after his own sister, and Satan tempted him to kill his brother over Adam and Eve betrothing Cain's blood twin sister to Abel, because they didn't want the blood to mix like that.
All right. So he's doing his sister. You got three-way going in the Garden of Eden. There seems to be a lot of corrupt sexual activities going back in the day. There's in is that.
Yes.
But then again, today that seems pretty tame to what kind of creepy crap's going on today. I mean, you got Ellen DeGenerate, and so forth and so on. But alrighty. So did Cain, or did Lucifer know that his progeny Cain would eventually rise up and kill his brother? Did he have the ability to foresee what he was doing, or was he guessing that his progeny would cause turmoil throughout mankind? Did he just kind of know that, or did he see that?
He was hoping that his progeny and his seed line would adhere to his characteristics, and Cain was proof that indeed they were.
Well, somebody just need to bust that old Cain right in the mouth. But by the way, Cain was he was not really killed. Was he cursed? What happened to him?
He was cursed to be killed by one of his own progeny, and it says that he was slain by Lamech, who was I believe the 10th generation in Cain's line. There's also a Lamech and an Enoch in both lines too, but he was cursed to be killed by. And from what I read in a different, I forget which text it was, but it says that Lamech was blind, and he was out hunting with one of his younger sons, and his younger son would tell him which way to shoot, and he would point that direction and kill whatever they were going to hunt. And they thought that Cain, it said that Cain looked like a monster, like a beast, and so the boy pointed at him, not knowing that was his, Cain, the originator of their line, and Lamech slew him.
Sort of like a werewolf, what you kind of describing there. Here's a question that just came in from Gator on the live chat. For whom did Cain build a city for?
For Satan. That Cain, and going all the way back, the New World Order is not something new. The New World Order goes all the way back to the beginning. Like with the whole effort behind the Tower of Babel, when all of the tribes were gathered and unified they were building that tower so that they can gain force entrance into heaven. And the Lord came down and separated the tongues and separated the tribes and put the peoples in different directions. That's what the Lord thinks of the New World Order and the one world government.
Is the computerized translator the new Tower of Babel? Where a computer will translate people's voices and things. I'm just wondering if that's the new. It seems like it's the more things change, the more they stay the same. That seems like sort of the same thing.
I think the New World Order is the new Tower of Babel.
So